Taiwan is one of the few places in the world where pro baseball is in play. And we have English commentary so the whole world can enjoy. And about 1 million viewers have been tuning into each game.
Now, to find out more, we sent Leslie Liao to talk with a baseball blogger, Vincent Liao, who has worked with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, as you might guess from the last names, Vincent Liao, Leslie Liao, they are in fact brothers. So yes, we have an Andrew and Chris Cuomo situation going on right here in Taiwan Insider. Let's have a look.
ESPN anchor Keith Olbermann, he shared a video of him being up in the middle of the night watching Taiwanese baseball. But in my mind, I couldn't help but think, like, he doesn't really know any of these players. He's not even following it. Is it just a sports mentality here? Like, how much familiarity do people really need to be incentivized to watch baseball?
Well, let me stop you right there because I think I say kids like you, right? You're 17 years younger than me. Probably don't understand how big Keith Olbermann is for sports fans. Right, back in the day when there's no internet, well, barely internet, when there's no Twitter, no Facebook, when we all had to sit in front of TV, wait for ESPN Sports Center to come on, Keith Olbermann was the guy. It was Keith Olbermann and Dan Patrick, and then they would tell us what happened throughout the day in the world of sports. So for him to pick up baseball in Taiwan and through his personal Twitter, this is big time for Taiwan. For people like us, we understand how big this is, and for him to pay attention to Taiwan, actually, have an active interest into it, telling everybody how wonderful this baseball game is being played in Taiwan. This is big time for Taiwan.
He got into a Twitter conversation with President Tsai of Taiwan over what's happening in baseball here. I mean, for someone that big to have a dialogue with a country's leader, at this point, it's not even baseball; it's almost diplomacy.
Pretty much. I think he mentioned, right, he went to, was it Cornell?
Yeah, Cornell.
Cornell, right, with President Tsai around the same time. I think there was some translation mistake by the Taiwanese media thinking that, he was claiming he was a classmate of Tsai.
Oh, okay.
And they were saying that, hey, you're trying to, I don't know, how do you say it in English, 趁热度, like you're trying to
ride the coattails?
Right, you're trying to ride the coattails of the president. But I think at the end of the day, President Tsai, she responded and she said, hey, why, remember to join us and watch the next game. I think it's a great exposure for Taiwan, and also a great exposure for Tsai, for President Tsai. She is down to earth enough, right, to care about baseball, to care about this celebrity broadcaster in the States is saying about our sports.
One of the highlights that Keith Olbermann saw was a bench clearing brawl between the Rakuten Monkeys and what was the other team?
The Fubon Guardians.
Yeah. Now, my question is, was that just for dramatic effect? Do these players know that they're being watched and it's like, hey, we got to put on a good show? Because in my memory, I don't really see a lot of brawls in the CPBL, whereas, there always seems to be some guy charging the mound on SportsCenter on ESPN back in the States.
Right. So for everybody else, Leslie Liao is a conspiracy theorist in our family, right? So he thinks when there's a bench clearing brawl and the whole world is watching our baseball, this has got to be a show.
I mean, the timing is too good. The timing is too good.
All joking aside, I want to say these Taiwanese baseball players, they take the game very seriously because for them, this is not a reduced season. This is not a condensed season. They're playing the full season, and there is a Taiwan series, a championship series at the end of the year. So they are playing for the team's success, for their own honor.
So for these people watching Taiwanese baseball for the first time, say overseas, what would you say the biggest difference they might recognize or might notice while watching a Taiwanese baseball game is? Never mind the fact that there's no audience here, but what is something that makes Taiwanese baseball distinctly Taiwanese?
I think right now it's an empty stadium. There are no fans there watching the game. But for these creative teams, they have come up with mannequin robots, even cut out print-out boards of fans. Actually, fans can submit their photos to the team. With the fee, they'll print it out. They'll print your picture on it and print it out and just put it on the seat. And what they say is they'll leave it there until fans are allowed back into the stadium. So every game, you will be there with cheering on, in photo form, cheering your player on. So these are the creativities. And also for some of the Americans fans, you would see that even if it's an empty stadium, cheerleaders will be there. They'll be dancing, they'll be singing, they'll cheer these players on. This is something that's very, this is something you don't see in American baseball game. There's no cheerleaders. And you know what? Maybe they should, bring about cheerleaders.
So you're saying the MLB could learn a little something from the CPBL?
Hey, why not?
All right, once again, that was Leslie Liao from Taiwan Insider talking with his brother, the baseball blogger Vincent Liao. We'll have the full interview available for you on Facebook and YouTube.